Hello viewers, you are welcome to another episode of Staad Pro. In this episode, I'll be showing you how you can design a pie cap using Staad Foundation. Alright, so you can go to Foundation Design, and then I'll be using all supports. I'll include all of the load cases, then I can run my Staad Foundation. Okay, so here we are. You can just go to the load cases, and then you generate your load combination. Make sure this is in British. For me it is British. You can use Indian if that is what is suitable for you. So I will generate this and then generate this as well. So this is for the service load combination, while this is for the ultimate load combination. So you can close that, and then the next thing will be you go to job setup so that you can create the job. Then you click on create a new job. So I will give it a name. I will let that be pile cap. Okay, so the job type, you select pie cap, so you can see pie cap. All right, then the design code British. Okay, so assign to all supports, let that be. All right, then you can include all of the cases, then just create a job. Right, so you have your pile cap created already. So if that is done, let's click on the plus sign, then go to design parameters so that you can change all the parameters that needs to be changed. So the strength of the concrete, let me make that to be 30 Newton per mm squared, that is FCU. Then the unit weight of concrete, that is 25 kilonewton per meter cube. And then the yield strength of steel, let me make that to be 460 Newton per mm squared. Then the side cover, let that be 50. Okay, bottom cover, let that be 50 as well. And then the pile, you have a pile in the pie cap. This is 75, that is the radius. You can leave that, or depending on the pile, this is to design your pile cap, but you already have your pile already, so you can just insert the diameter of your pile here and the radius of your pile, I mean. Then the initial thickness, so the initial thickness of your pile cap, let that be 300 mm. And then the maximum bar size, the minimum bar size, let that be 12. The maximum, let that be 25. And then I don't want to set as default. So that is done under the design parameters. Then you have two pile layouts. You can either use the one for the predefined, or you use the one which is the parametric. You can't use the two at the same time. You only have to use one. For example, when I click on the pile layout, you can see if predefined page is used for pile layout generation, please do not use this page. Okay, so you can either use one of the two. So let me use the predefined. So obviously you can see we have 9 points. We have the 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 19, 20 and 21. So these are the label, but altogether you can see we have 9. So for the first one, I'll pick 1. So let the unit of the force be in kilonewton. If you want to change that, you can change that, but let this be in kilonewton. So you are going to insert the value of your lateral force. You understand? The lateral load, which is the horizontal load. Okay, so this is 100 kilonewton. So you have the vertical load, this is which is vertical downward, that is 500 kilonewton. And you have the uplift force, this is 300 kilonewton. Okay, so these three values, you'll be the one to insert it on your own, and this is what you have from your geotechnical reports. Understand? When you want to design a pile cap, you already have the results for all these forces, so you will insert the value for all of these forces. So let me just assume this is 100. Let me just use the default that is here. Okay, let me just use the default that is here. And then the diameter of your pile cap, this is 0.5 in meter. So if you want this in 0.5 meter, that's the diameter. Let me use 450. So let me make that to be 0.45. Then spacing 1.5, edge distance 0.5. Okay, then let me put this in auto arrangement. Then just click on calculate. Then you see it will bring the befitting arrangement you have. So when you click on the calculate, you can see this is what it brings. It will bring the befitting pile arrangement. So for this particular one, it will require 2 pile. You can see it will require 2 pile, so you now have 1 pile cap over it. So if you want it in the horizontal direction like this, you can pick case 1. If you want it in vertical, you can put it case 2. You can see case 2 is the vertical, so anyone that is befitting, you can choose any of the two, but it just have to be 2 pile. So I'll pick this one, and then you can click on OK. Alright, so you can see what you have here. So I'll go to the next one, that is 0.2. So I will still use these values 100, 300 and 500. Then you click on auto arrangement, click on calculate. This is also 2 numbers, click on OK. I'll go to the third one, which is 0.3. So I'll use auto arrangement, calculate, and then OK. So you can actually use manual arrangements too, so it doesn't matter. So go to the next one, auto arrangement, then calculate. Then I will still use this, click on OK. Go to the next one, and then auto arrangement, calculate. You can see this one requires only 1 pile. You can see it requires just 1 pile. So you can use the 1 pile, but to be on the more safer side, I will decide to use 2. Okay, so I'll use 2, but you can see automatically, you can see that originally it took me to 1 pile. Okay, so that is it. So click on OK, and then I'll go to another one, which is the next one. Do the same thing, calculate. This requires 2. Okay, and then 19. Okay, just repeat the steps. So this also requires 2 piles, and then this, calculate. This requires 2 piles as well. And then the last one, how many piles will you need? So this also requires 2 piles. So click on OK. So right now we have all of the piles. Okay, so all you just need to do is you have to design them. So you just come here and you click on design, so that we analyze it and design. So click on yes. Alright, so just as that, you can see the design has been completed, and you can see the pie cap 1, pie cap 2 up to the last one. Okay, so you can check for anyone. You can see your pile arrangements, just check all the this is your calculation sheet. So if you want to check your detail, you know how to do that perfectly. So you can see you have your column, the column is total T, and then you can see that's 2 pie cap. You can see that's 2 piles, and then you have the pile cap, the diameter of the pile, that's 450 mm. You can see the thickness of the pile cap, that is 280 mm. Alright, so you can see the cover, that's 125 clear cover. You can see we have 12 mm reinforcement at 295 mm spacing. So this is all you have to do as far as pile cap is required. So if you want to check for the other ones, but just go ahead and do that. So this is how you design a pile cap in Staad Foundation. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you for always watching.